Now I want to bring your attention to the Excel screen status bar. It's at the very bottom of your Excel screen. I'll point out to my actual status bar down below. Okay. Let me use a graphic though to illustrate areas. On the left side it says ready, and this is called the status mode indicator. There's a large region in between the status mode and the layout selector called the auto calculate region, and this might or might not display statistical calculations for you. The next region is called the layout selector, and if I go down to my actual status bar, I see I've got a normal layout, a page layout, and a page break preview. So these would be different ways of looking at my Excel screen. And then I have a zoom slider, which lets me magnify, zoom in and zoom out of my worksheet. I would like to demonstrate some of these areas to you briefly just to get it into your mind. And this area is very important to pay attention to. I will be talking about, in particular, this status mode indicator in other recordings. Okay, let me go to the data sheet. And I'm going to go to a blank cell. And you see the status mode says ready in the lower left corner. I'm going to start typing a number, 125,000. And as I'm typing, if you let your eye see the status indicator now, I have not finished typing. I'm still entering the cell. I'm slowing things down. It says enter instead of ready. When I press the enter key and finish my typing, which is now, the status mode goes from enter back to ready. Okay? So the status mode changes depending on whether you're in the middle of an entry or editing or doing some other kind of operation. Ready mode is kind of its neutral state. It's ready for you to work, and it's rather important for you to recognize when you're in ready mode and when you're not in ready mode. Okay, let's talk about the auto calculate region. It's this large region here. If I select some numbers up on my worksheet by dragging the mouse across them, I see some numbers might or might not display down here in the auto calculate region. I see some numbers showing up right now. If I click on a blank cell, those numbers go away. So for example, if I wanted to work with these three numbers right here, and if I have my auto calculations displaying, I can see what they add up to, what the largest number is, what the smallest number is, how many numbers I've highlighted, and what the average is. So it's a very clever thing to have your auto-calculate area lit up for you. The way you do this is you right-click. Remember I was talking about right-click in another recording. Right-click anywhere in the auto-calculate region, and you get a series of tools pertaining to the entire status bar. But in the auto-calculate region, we're looking at these particular tools right here: summing, maximum, minimum, numbers count, counting the cells, averages. Okay, again, I'm not focusing on teaching you how to customize the status bar now, but just what does display with a little extra teaching about customizing. So again, you right-click that and you get this shortcut menu into the customizing status bar. Now over here are the page layout, the normal view, page layout view, and page break preview. If you click on these buttons, you actually view Excel from a different vantage point. I'm going to come back to the normal view. So again, I'm not trying to teach you what these views do. That's a larger conversation than we have now. I just want to orient you to these buttons here so you see what they are. And if you're, for now, content to work from normal view, just leave that button selected. And lastly, let's get to the zoom control. There's a slider bar in the middle and a minus button to the left and a plus button to the right. So if I wanted to zoom out, get a more of a bird's eye view, I can click the minus button and I zoom out from my worksheet. If I wanted to zoom in, I can click the plus button and zoom way in on things. Or I can take the slider bar and I can drag it to the left or to the right to zoom in and to zoom out. So that's a very handy tool. So that pretty much rounds out the status bar. Okay? I've got the mode indicator, the auto calculate region, the layout selector, and the zoom slider. All of these take practice. Let your eye find those regions and practice them with your hands and your mind and get a little bit of mastery over this.